Be me, 25 years old. Meet Jason at a friend's birthday party. He is standing by himself near the snacks. Looks kind of awkward but sweet. Usually I go for the guys who dress flashy and act loud. Something about him is different, though. We talk for an hour. He works in finance. Seems normal enough. We start dating. 4 months in, he mentions he does private equity. Does not elaborate much. I look him up one night. He is a partner at a firm. His LinkedIn says he closed a massive deal last year. Rumors online say he cleared $12 million. Holy shit. Start seeing him differently. Not in a bad way. I like him for real. But knowing he has money makes everything better. Start hinting at expensive date spots. He never complains about the bill. Start posting us together more. My Instagram starts growing. Feels good. My roommate moves out 6 months ago. Rent is coming up. Cannot afford this place alone. Casually mention I might need to find something cheaper. Jason says, why not just move in with me? Try the whole living together thing. His place is insane. 2-bedroom loft in the nice part of town. Huge windows. Kitchen with marble counters. Bathroom bigger than my old bedroom. Move in that weekend. Jason works from home a lot. Building some new fund or something. He gives me his credit card for groceries. Never asks what I spend. Use it for groceries. Also use it for that leather jacket I wanted. And dinner with my friends Becca and Marie. And eventually, a Celine bag. He never says anything. 2 months after moving in, I quit my job. Was working as an office admin. Made like $38,000 a year. The work was boring. Waking up early started feeling impossible when I could sleep in. Go to Pilates at 10. Meet the girls for lunch. Tell Jason I am thinking of quitting. Say the boss is awful, and I need to focus on myself. Figure out what I really want to do. He says, take your time. Find something that makes you happy. Quit the next week. Never look for another job. Life becomes perfect. Wake up at 9:30. Make breakfast in the fancy kitchen. Maybe go to a workout class. Lunch with friends. Shop a little. My Instagram starts looking really good. Luxury minimalist aesthetic. Mirror selfies in the loft. Dinner at nice restaurants. Weekend trips upstate. Followers go from 3,000 to 9,000. Girls I went to college with who never talked to me are suddenly liking everything. My mom brags to her friends about my boyfriend, the finance guy. Feels like I made it. 3 weeks ago, Jason takes me to this rooftop place. Reservation only. Costs like $500 per person. Private table. Champagne that tastes like it costs more than my old rent. Halfway through dessert, he gets on one knee. Ring is perfect. 3 carats. White gold band. I start crying. Say yes immediately. We stay for another drink. I am texting everyone, posting to Instagram stories with the ring. Then he says casually, my attorney will send the prenup draft this week. Should be simple. Wait, what? He says prenuptial agreement. Standard for someone with my assets. I will make sure you are protected, obviously. But it keeps the business safe. And what I had before we met? He smiles, takes a sip of his drink, like he just said something totally normal. My stomach twists. I smile anyway. Yeah, sure, we can talk about that. But inside, I am thinking absolutely fucking not. Email comes Monday. Subject line, prenuptial agreement, initial draft. From Robert Klein and Partners. I delete it without opening. Jason brings it up at breakfast. Did you get Robert's email? Yeah. I will look at it later. Want me to go over it with you this weekend? I trust you, babe. We do not need to make it weird. He does not smile. This is not about trust. It is about protecting what I built before us. I say I get it. You built everything without me. Message received. Leave the kitchen. He does not follow. Sunday brunch with Becca and Marie becomes a strategy meeting. I tell them about the prenup. Marie practically yells, "Girl, do not sign that." Becca leans in. "I signed mine, and I wish I had not." Her husband makes $400,000 a year. She says if they divorced, she would get almost nothing from before the marriage. Barely anything after. Meanwhile, she gave up her job to raise his kid from his first marriage. Marie says exactly. You have been supporting him. You are his partner. That has value. You think he would be this successful without you. I had not thought of it like that. Becca says you are not a gold digger. You are protecting yourself. What if he leaves you in 5 years? You gave him your 20s. I gave him 8 months and a job I did not like. But it makes sense somehow. Marie says, do not even engage. Just keep avoiding. Men always give in when you stand your ground. Jason tries again Tuesday. We are on the couch watching something. He pauses it. We really need to go over the prenup this week. I start crying. Comes easy when I need it. Why are you planning our divorce before the wedding? My voice shakes. Do you even want to marry me? He says, of course I do. This is separate. I say it is not separate. You are telling me you do not trust me? He pauses, choosing his words. Says I trust you. I do not trust the future. Nobody does at this level. It is not personal. I say so. I am a risk factor. He says that is not what I mean. I say it is what you mean. Friday, he tries a different way. Calmer. Sophia, I need you to actually deal with this. It is not going away. I go cold instead of emotional. I am not talking about this anymore. Either you marry me or you do not. He says, I want to marry you. I also want a prenup. Both can be true. I say not for me. He asks, can you help me understand why? I say, because it is not romantic. Because you are telling me I am temporary. Because if you loved me, you would not need a contract. He starts to say something. I cut him off. I am done. Walk to the bedroom and close the door. I hear him sigh through the door. Then a phone call. Robert, hey. She is still refusing to talk about it at all. What do you think I should do? Pause. Pause the planning. I do not want it to come to that. Yeah, okay. I will think about it. I smile in the dark. He is getting nervous. Good. Marie was right. Men always cave. 3 weeks go by. I book the venue. Some fancy estate. $50,000. His card. Order save the dates. Find my dress at a boutique in the city. $9,000. Also his card. Prenup is never mentioned again. I think I won. Then his mom invites us to dinner. Barbara lives in the suburbs. Nice little house. Family photos everywhere. The furniture is old but clean. The kind you keep forever because it still works. Jason grew up here. Never really thought about that. Over dinner, Barbara asks about the wedding. I tell her about the venue, the flowers, the photographer I found. She interrupts. What about the prenup? Jason mentioned you two are handling that. I freeze. Jason gives her a look. Mom. She says what? It is a fair question. Turns to me. Rebecca signed hers the day Robert sent it. She said it took an hour and was the easiest thing she did. Rebecca is the ex-girlfriend, the lawyer ex who broke up with Jason because she moved for work, not because of money. The ex I am supposed to be better than. I say, well, I am not Rebecca. Sharper than I meant? Barbara sips her wine, clearly. Jason changes the subject, but I am pissed. In the car, I explode. Your mom ambushed me. He says she asked a question. I say she compared me to your ex in front of you. She was saying, I am not good enough. His hands tighten on the wheel. She was saying, Rebecca understood basic protection. And honestly, I am starting to wonder why you do not. I say maybe because I actually love you, and she did not. Silence. He says, if that is what you need to believe. Monday morning, Jason is at the counter when I wake up. We are meeting Robert on Thursday. Together. Or I am stopping all wedding planning. I say you cannot be serious. He says I am completely serious. You will not talk to me, so we will talk to him. Non-negotiable. Something in his voice tells me he means it. I say fine. Robert's office is downtown, modern, intimidating, diplomas on every wall. Prenup is 43 pages. I do not read it. Robert explains it. Jason keeps all assets from before we met. The $12 million, his current business interests, startup valued at $900,000, inheritance from his grandparents, $200,000, retirement accounts. I would get $75,000 per year of marriage if we divorce. The ring no matter what. 50-50 split of anything we get together during marriage. Robert says it is very fair. Extremely fair, actually. Looks at me. I stare at the numbers. $150,000 if we make it 2 years. $375,000 at 5 years. I made $38,000 at my old job. But it is not about the money. It is the principle. I ask what about everything I contribute. Robert has his pen ready. I support him emotionally. I host dinners when his colleagues come over. I manage the home. He says, you have been living rent-free for 8 months while unemployed. Correct. My face burns. Jason says nothing. I say, I sacrificed. I gave up my career. Robert interrupts. You quit your job. A $38,000 admin job. Is that right? I say yes, but... He says Jason did not require that. He supported your choice. Supporting a choice is not the same as demanding it. Closes a folder. Opens another. I need to ask something standard for high-asset marriages. Do you currently have any debt? My throat closes. I say no. Jason turns his head fast. Robert asks, you are sure? I say yes. Robert slides a paper across the table. A credit report. My credit report. Total balance $61,214. Jason asked for a standard background check. Robert says we found this. I cannot breathe. Jason's voice is flat. When were you going to tell me? Robert reads the last 8 months. Since I moved in. 11,000 Chanel bag, April. 7,000 girls trip to Miami, May. 2,800 Loewe bag, June. 4,000 Bottega boots, July. 5,000 Ibiza vacation, August. Plus a bunch of smaller stuff. Restaurants, Ubers, boutique gym memberships. You accumulated over 28,000 in new debt since moving in, Robert says, while living rent-free, while unemployed. Jason stands up. We are done here. Walks out. I sit frozen, shaking. Robert gathers his papers. Says for what it is worth. You should have just signed it. Jason does not come home Thursday night. Or Friday. Texts once. Staying at a hotel. Need to think. I call 9 times. Text 25. Nothing. Saturday morning, he comes back. I showered. Did my makeup. Wore his favorite sweater of mine. Practiced what to say. He walks in. I say, Jason, please, let me explain. He says, explain what? Does not sit down. Stands in the kitchen with his arms crossed. Explain the debt. Or explain why you lied to Robert when he asked. I say, I did not lie, exactly. He says, he asked if you had debt. You said no. That is lying. I say, I was embarrassed. I did not want you to think. He says, think what? That you were using me. His voice is calm. Somehow, that is worse. He says you bought an $11,000 bag while telling me you were being careful. Where did you think the money was coming from? You do not have a job. I say I was trying to fit into your world. Everything is expensive. The dinners, the events, everyone around you dresses nice. He says, I never asked you to do that. I say, you did not have to. You think I can show up to your work things in normal clothes. He says my colleagues' partners dress fine. You know what they do not do. Go into debt pretending to be something they are not. He walks to the window, looks out for a long time. When he turns back, his face looks different. Resolved. Says, I need to ask you something. I need you to be honest. My heart pounds. If I lost everything tomorrow, if the fund collapsed, if I had to start over with a normal job, move to a regular apartment, would you still marry me? The question hangs there. I open my mouth. Nothing comes out. 2 seconds pass, maybe 3, but it is enough. Something changes in his face. Something closes off. He says, that is what I thought. I say, Jason, that is not fair. He says, it is the fairest question I could ask. You caught me off guard. He says I asked if you would love me without money. That should be instant. I say I was processing. He says when someone asks if you love them, you do not process. You answer. I scramble. Okay, yes. Yes, I would marry you. I love you. He says, you love this. Gestures around the loft. You love the life. I just happen to be part of it. I say that is not true. He says then sign the prenup right now. We will call Robert. He will bring it over. You sign. Prove this is about me and not the money. I say no. Comes out automatically. Defiant. He nods slowly, like I confirmed something. He says, okay, here is what is happening. The wedding is off until you sign, or we are done entirely. Your choice. I get angry, white hot. Say you are giving me an ultimatum. He says you have been giving me one for 2 months. I am just being clear about mine. I say, I have been your partner. He says you have been unemployed in my home. Spending money you do not have. Refusing basic protection. Lying about debt. That is not partnership. The words hit like punches. I stand up shaking. Say fine. You want an ultimatum. Here is mine. You marry me without the prenup or I walk. Let's see how you enjoy dating at 33. Let's see you find someone else who deals with your boring finance friends and your trust issues. I am almost yelling, let's see you find someone who makes you as happy as I do. Jason just looks at me. His face is calm, almost sad. Says, okay. I say what? He says you can go. Move out in 30 days. I will cover this month rent-free. After that, you are on your own. My stomach drops. I say, wait, what? Jason, I did not mean. He says, you made your choice. I am making mine. Walks toward the bedroom. I will stay at the hotel while you pack. My assistant will handle logistics. I say, Jason, wait. He stops, does not turn around, says I really did love you. I just wish you had loved me back. Closes the door. I stand there. Cannot move. He is bluffing. Has to be bluffing. I yell at the door. Fine, leave. I do not need you. Silence. My phone buzzes. Venmo notification. Jason sent you $2,500. First month rent and deposit. Good luck. Oh my God. He is not bluffing. The studio in Brooklyn is $1,700 a month. 5th floor walk-up. One window facing another building. The shower is next to the kitchen sink. I keep thinking Jason will show up on moving day. Say he overreacted. Apologize. He does not. His assistant handles everything. Movers pack my stuff in 3 hours. Turns out I do not own much. Cry on the air mattress that night, surrounded by boxes. Post on Instagram the next day. Black and white crying selfie. Carefully composed. Sometimes you learn that love has conditions you cannot accept. I chose myself. Comments flood in. You deserve better. Queen energy. His loss. Becca and Marie text. Are you okay? Want to get drinks tonight? I do, until I check my bank account. Balance $212. Tell them I cannot afford it. They say no worries, we will cover you. Meet at our usual spot. They order the usual. $350 tab. When the check comes, they both look at me. Can you get this? We will Venmo you back. Try my card. Declined. I say I think something is wrong with my card. Becca pays, smiling, but tight. They never Venmo. We have not made plans since. Start doing Instacart 3 weeks later. Delivering groceries to people in buildings like Jason's. Keep posting on Instagram. Throwback photos from the old life. Outfit pics I saved. Follower count drops steadily. At Glow Beauty, unfollowed. At Luxury Living, unfollowed. At Aspire Wealth, unfollowed. Down to 4,000 from 9,000. Then I see it. Mutual friend's Instagram story. Jason at the rooftop place. Our place. With someone else. I click her profile. Dr. Megan Torres, cardiologist, runs half marathons, volunteers at a clinic. She is beautiful, natural, no fillers, no extensions. In the photo, she is laughing, simple navy dress. I scroll her feed, her and Jason at a charity run, at his parents' house with Barbara, hiking with a dog I never saw. Posts go back 2 months. My hands shake. Find one from last week, at his place. She tagged him. Thanks for brunch, nerd. The comments destroy me. You guys are so cute together. Power couple. So happy for Derek with someone amazing. One comment from Robert, his lawyer. She is a keeper. Great choice. Throw my phone. That night at 1 in the morning, I cannot sleep. Open my laptop. Google search, can you get back together after refusing prenup? Every forum says the same thing. Move on. You showed what you cared about. He dodged a bullet. Try texting Jason. Message does not deliver. He blocked me. Go back to Megan's Instagram. Photo from 2 days ago makes my chest hurt. Her and Jason at Robert's office. She is holding a folder. Smiling huge. Adulting. Done right. Prenup signed. Thanks at Robert Klein Law for making it easy. Pre-marriage paperwork is kind of sweet when you think about it. 1,400 likes. Jason commented easiest appointment ever. She signed it happily. No drama. She makes $290,000 a year as a cardiologist. Signed it anyway. Because it was not about the money for her. Close the laptop. Sit in my studio. Hear my neighbor's TV through the wall. Smell trash from the hallway. Think about the loft, the closet, the view, the life I had. Think about Becca saying, do not sign anything. Think about those 3 seconds of silence when Jason asked if I would love him without money. Somewhere deep down, I know this is my fault. I bet everything on him needing me more than I needed his money. I was wrong about everything. But even now, sitting here in this apartment, doing grocery deliveries to pay rent, watching him be happy with someone better. I cannot admit it. Not out loud. Not really. Some part of me still wants to believe I was right, that he was unreasonable, that the prenup was the problem. Not me. My phone lights up. Mom, Karen's daughter just got engaged to a dentist. Sending you the announcement. Such a nice couple. Turn off my phone. Stare at the ceiling. Water stain in the corner. Let myself believe just for tonight that this was somehow his fault.